Hello, sweet friends. Sorry I'm late tonight, but I am late. Here we go. Rock and roll. Welcome to Online Steps to Success. I am so glad that you're here tonight. I would love to start tonight off a little bit different than we have because, in the past anyways, because I'm feeling patriotic today. And it's America. Well, it's not America for all of you. Some of you are watching from other places. And for those of you in other places, it's election day in America. And so it's a good and important day. And I'm so glad that you're joining me tonight in this very important day as the climate of our culture or of our country changes. Hi, friends. I'm so glad you're here. So tonight's one of those nights where I'm a little bit lit up. I'm a little bit on fire. And also there is the potential for sabotage. Because my kiddos are sort of on their own because their daddy is hunting. And the Dalkey team is a team, and I kind of forget what to do when he's not here. My intent was to have them asleep, and they're not. So it's just going to be, we'll call it live. It's going to be live because you never know what could happen. For those of you joining us for the first time, my name is Allison Dalkey. I am so glad that you're here, and I have a really, really important thing I want to talk to you about tonight. We're going to get right to it, but while we're doing it, I want to know, because this is what we're talking about tonight, I want to know why you joined Scentsy, or if you're with another company, why you joined your company. What was it that prompted you to say, you know what, I think I could do that, and maybe I want to do that? Why did you join? I want to know. Your friends want to know. And I think it's important that we know. So tell us that. Tell us where you're from if you want to. Mostly, I really just want to know tonight why you joined. I think it's eye-opening sometimes. We have this perception about why people join, and it's not always incredibly accurate. Also, while you're writing that out, while you're typing with your cute little thumbs or on your keyboard, I want to say thank you to those of you who have been sharing this training. It means so much to hear you say, I've talked to several people in the last couple of weeks who have said things to me like, I started watching your training, I don't know how I found it, and then I just had to share it with everybody. And I think that, I mean, seriously, it means a lot. This has been sort of just something I felt called to do about a year ago, September of last year, and kind of accidentally happened. And I promised you that I would only come on and share if I had something pressing that I thought I could share that would benefit you, or something that I was learning, or something I was experiencing. So we're still here. I don't know. We're still going, and we'll continue to go as long as I can be honest and open and authentic with you and just share my heart. And so for those of you sharing, thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot, and it's kind of bizarre to watch. And so anyways, thank you. By the way, we are on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook tonight, all live, and I'm so glad that you are here. So as we get started, it's time for my weird, awkward moment. I was trying not to get emotional. I don't know. I don't know what's happening in my life. Okay, I'm going to give you some backstory today on why I'm a little like, what's happening? That's part of what I want to tell you tonight. So I'm so glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. My name is Allison Dalkey, and you have found yourself at Online Steps to Success. Our goal here is always to help you dream big with your business, to work smart, not necessarily hard. I mean, I'm all about hard work, but we really want you working smart. We want you making money, and we want you changing your world and the world around you. And I think that's incredibly appropriate tonight on election night in America, because our world is always changing, and we will either be proactive in that change, or we will be reactive to that change. And I want to encourage you to be proactive. So I hope you went out and voted today, and I hope that in your business you are looking at it always as, how am I going to be proactive? So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. So before we get started, a little backstory. Oh, Lacey, Glee, you're such a sweet girl. And you know what? You are so pretty. I can't see you right now, but I've seen so many pictures of you, and you are so beautiful, sweet girl. My friend Lacey's little girl said, she's so pretty, Mama. That's so sweet, girl. You're a sweet girl. So tonight, why direct sales? it's a pressing question. I think it's an interesting question in our culture currently and in things that are happening on social media. I think it's an incredibly important question, and we're going to dive into it tonight. My hope is that maybe this will be something you could share with someone who could maybe one day think about joining your team. Because I want to talk about some of the things that you may think you know about direct sales and some of the things that are just not necessarily true, and things that maybe are true that you didn't know were true. So let's roll. Sweet girl. All right. Tonight was one of those nights when I wrote, and so I might read a little bit. I'm going to try not to, but I might, because sometimes I like write word for word what I want to say, and I don't ever say it word for word, but sometimes I don't. Anyways, tonight was the night when I wrote. So again, my name is Allison Dalkey. I'm so glad that you're here. 11 years now. We celebrated our 11-year anniversary last week, and that's honestly where so much of what I'm going to share tonight is coming from, is spending over a decade in this business when I sort of didn't mean to. And I think a lot of us find ourselves in that place saying, I sort of didn't mean to do this, and here I am, right? So I want to talk through that. I want to talk about what that looks like when you accidentally become a business owner, but then you get a little addicted and you want to be a business owner. But also, I want to talk to those of you who maybe never thought about doing anything like this. And let's talk about why it's such a beautiful thing. So this is our full-time gig. I've spent 10 years at the top level of Cincy as a superstar director. I mean, I don't say that to brag. I just say that to hopefully give myself some credibility, because I do a lot of things wrong and I say a lot of stupid stuff sometimes. So that was just like my credibility plug. Like, I kind of almost know what I'm talking about. It's mostly that I've done really crappy things. Not crappy things. I've just made a lot of mistakes. And instead of quitting when I made a mistake, I was willing to look at it and say, it didn't work. What can we do different? And so a lot of things that we share come from mistakes that we made along the way and lessons that we learned as we walked through those mistakes. So this is our full-time gig, and we are ridiculously passionate about what we do. But it hasn't always been that way. And I want to share a little bit about that tonight, about when I kind of lost it, because I don't know, it's a lot of things. It's like celebrating 11 years, and then just like the freedom we have to vote, and just, I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm kind of all like feely today. So here we go. We're going to rock and roll. So whether you are new, like Miss Lauren, hi Lauren, we're so glad that you're here, or whether you've been around for a decade, I'm glad that you're here. And I promise that something I say should resonate with you tonight. So we are going to talk about why direct sales is so powerful, so life-changing, and why it is that way for some people and why it's not that way at all for other people. And I want to look at the difference between the two. There's people who get in direct sales and stay 5 or 6 months. There's people who get in direct sales and stay 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years and more. And I want to talk about the difference between those two people and how that difference is what changes lives. So let's go there. So I have to tell you a quick little story because it's important in the big picture of all of this. I did join because I wanted to stay home with my little girl. I was teaching 8th grade English and I loved my job, but I had a baby and she became my everything. And it's kind of like you don't quite know exactly what they're going to do to you until they show up, and then they sort of wreck your life, right? Mine are still wrecking my life. We have 4 kids. We've had 3 foster babies while we've been building our business in the midst of all our 4 kids. And so we've just always had babies in our home. And they wreck you in the best and worst kind of ways, right? So I just had this desperation to be home with her. And I would never call myself a salesperson, not because I think salespeople are bad, just because I am not good at the skill of what many people would say is selling, right? I'm a natural introvert. There were all the reasons that pointed to this is not going to work out for you. And I just felt like it was something I was supposed to do. And so I stepped into it just out of obedience and faith. And within 6 months, I quit my job, kind of out of faith, not because I really could yet, but because I knew that I could make it happen. I put in the time and the consistency. And within a year, well, actually, I needed to be replacing my teaching income by August. I had signed up in November. In August, the very next August, I was replacing my teaching income. And that's what I needed it to do. I had a fire in my gut, and I was roaring and ready to go and building this business. But then I found myself in the middle of my dining room with a computer desk and my laptop and babies on the floor, right? Trying to figure out what the heck I was doing with my life and how I ended up where I was in this direct sales world and leading other people and building a team and selling this product that I loved. But how did I end up here, and did all this really matter? And for a while we were rolling and things were great. And my business was building and our family was growing and we were doing the things that I thought mattered, until one day they felt like they didn't. And there came a time in my business when I kind of lost it. I forgot who I was, and I forgot what I stood for, and I lost myself in my business, and I almost lost my marriage in my business because I let it become all-consuming. And I just tell you that to tell you that it's not a great place to be. But I also tell you that to tell you that if that's where you are, you're not alone. Because other people have walked that road and come out on the other side, and I am one of those people. And I want to tell you, there is a way out, and there's a way to find yourself again. And those of you that are new are like, what's happening? I don't even know what's going to happen. It's okay. Would you just stay with me? I promise. Well, what happens in this business is it kind of can become all-consuming, and you get wrapped up in the momentum of it, and all of those things are good, but you also have to guard your heart, and you have to guard the big purpose of your life, the dream, right? We talk a lot on Online Success about dreaming big and how valuable that is and how important that is for the vision and future of your family and your life in general. And I had lost the dream. And the scariest part about all of it for me was that I started to believe that this work wasn't meaningful enough. And even when I say it, like, I feel so bad saying it. That's what I thought. I kind of had this conversation with the Lord, like say something. I thought that I was going to be in women's ministry, or I thought that I was going to do something that mattered. And even when I say it out loud now, it seems really, crappy. Because I have more experience on the other side of it. And I see now how much it matters. But if you're in that place where you're feeling like it's not significant, I just want to encourage you that it is significant. Because this business changes lives, not just potentially yours, but everybody around you, your family and your spouse and your extended family and your friends and the people who decide to walk alongside you and do this with you. It has the potential to change lives. And that is what makes it meaningful work. The answer to the question, why direct sales, is because you have the power to make it the lifestyle and the dream and the big picture that you want. No one else is controlling that. No one else is telling you that you're only going to make this much money, or that you're only going to do X, Y, and Z, or that you're only qualified to do this, because you're your own boss. And you get to set the rules, and you get to say, actually, I think we could do this. And actually, I think we could do this. And actually, I think we could change not one person's life, but 15 people's lives. Actually, I'm in charge. The crazy, beautiful, amazing thing about direct sales is it is the American dream on multiply. That's not, I was going to say drugs, but I don't want to say that. I was going to say speed, and I didn't want to say that. And then I said it. Okay, but you know what I mean? It's the American dream on like super speed. Because the old American dream says work hard, go to school, get an education, take out a loan, have debt, start a business, right? That was kind of the American dream. Like I could do anything. And yes, you could do anything. And yes, you can do anything. And the beautiful thing about direct sales is it's even 100 times better than that. Guess what? I don't need your fancy degree. I need your willingness and your passion and your consistency to better yourself, to say I'm committed to making myself better, to making myself a better leader, a better business owner, all the things, right? I am committed to that. And then I didn't take out a massive loan, right? I didn't go into debt, right? Isn't that amazing? So not only that, but you don't have to do research and development. You don't have to like constantly be coming up with new product and have to worry about manufacturing and all these things that some business owners, if they have a product, have to deal with. You don't have to deal with any of that. And not only that, but you have the potential to make exponential income when you share this opportunity with other people. That's why you do this business. And if you're in the place where you feel like, does it really matter? It's just warmers and wax, right? It's just whatever. It is, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. And the more than that part is the part that's 10 times better than the old American dream. It's the part that's 10 times better than you opening a brick and mortar store, than you going to the bank with a business plan and taking out a loan, right? You don't have to do any of that, but you have to be willing to do the work. And you have to be willing to sit down and say, this is what I'm doing. And you have to be brave enough to step forward in faith and then trust yourself enough to say, this is what I'm going to do. Part of the problem in direct sales is you don't give yourself enough credit. You don't believe enough in who you are and what you're capable of. And so when it gets hard, you quit. Actually, most people don't quit. Most people fade. They slowly fade out. And you know what that is? It's simply resistance. It's simply the devil getting in your brain, letting you believe the lies that you're not good enough. Who do you think you are? I'll tell you what, that phrase in itself, who do you think you are, has wrecked me and held me for a long time. It's wrecked me and held me until last week. I have known that there were next steps for us. And I think we got in this place in our business where I thought, man, we're just like coasting. Things are good. Our business is great and it's growing. We have great leaders. We have this great organization. We have great people coming up the ranks. Things are good, right? And I got a little comfortable. And we were still dreaming, but I was kind of thinking like, I don't know, like I'm just going to wait on more exponential growth and it's going to happen. And I can just keep doing the things that I'm doing the way that I'm doing them. Even though I knew deep in my gut, like deep in my soul, that there were a couple other things that I was supposed to be walking towards. Not away from this business, but in addition to, like, so not even to make more money, but just things that I knew I was being called to. And I had these little voices that kept telling me, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I'm guessing you've heard it too. That voice that says, you're not good enough. You're not as good as her. So why even try? Friend, I just want to tell you, they're just lies. They are lies that will wreck your soul and still your happiness. And I'm here to tell you tonight that you are a child of God. created to do good work in this world that only you can do. And you know why direct sales? You know why you are where you are? You know why you're sitting where you're sitting? You know why you're hearing this tonight? Because you have work to do. And I have work to do. And it's work that only each of us can do. It's work that only you can do. It's work that only I can do. And we get too stinking comfortable in our complacency. And we listen to the lies that tell us that we are not enough. Or maybe that we're too much. Do you ever feel like you're too much? I tell my therapist. Actually, I tell my therapist every time I see her, I feel like I'm a little too much for people. Do you feel like you're too much? Do you feel like you're not enough? They're lies. And the reason it's direct sales and the reason you are where you are, because this business will let you dream in a way that maybe you've never been able to dream before. When we do our dream retreats and we let people come and sit at the table and sit in our living room and we ask these questions, what would you do if money weren't, like, you didn't have to worry about making money? What would you do if you didn't have a mortgage? What would you do if you didn't have to pay rent? What would you do if you had no payments? What would you do with your time? It's hard to think about because our brain tells us, well, I'll never ever be able to be in a place where I'm not thinking about money or how I'm going to make it, right? Or where it's going to come from. Friends, I'm here to tell you today you're sitting in the place. You're sitting in the place where if you can move forward with consistent action, day after day after day, month after month after month, year after year after year, you have the potential to make exponential income in your business. Why direct sales? Because this is a lifestyle business. What's a lifestyle business? A lifestyle business is a business that allows you to live the life that you actually want to live, not a life devoted to your phone, not a life devoted to other people's opinions of you, but a life devoted to what you feel called to and led to. Do you want to travel? You can do that with this business. Do you want to write a book? You can do that with this business. Do you want to empower and equip other women? You can do that with this business. And you paid $100. You paid $100 to start this business. I mean, when I really think about it, I called Jesus a sneaky little man. My friend said that the other day, and I will forever call him a sneaky little man because that's what he is. $99. And look at what I handed you. Potential, influence, income, exponential income on top of that. That's why we do this kind of work. And that's why it actually does matter. It matters more than you can wrap your head around it. And some of you are so freaking scared of the potential that it has to change your life. Aren't you? You're scared because this place of survival or this place of comfort or this place of this is where we are. I know what it feels like. But there's something bigger on the other side of fear. And tonight, honestly, I just want you to think about what it could be. What does it look like for you? What's on the other side of fear? Last week, I hired 4 people. I've been doing this for 11 years. Our income absolutely suffices enough for me to hire people to help. And I had spent so many years saying, I can't do that because it's not replicable. Like, someone would come in, like, be on my team and think, well, I don't ever want to be a superstar director because I couldn't do that. It's like 1,000 lies. It's like 1,000 million lies trying to keep me from doing something I feel called to do. Do you know why I get to walk towards what I feel called into doing? Because I'm the boss. Because I get to say what I'm capable of, what I have time for. And you know what? If you've done this for 11 years and you're at the top level of your company and it supports your whole family, guess what? Yes, you have the ability to hire somebody. Geez, honestly, it took someone telling me, oh, as soon as you make more than $5,000 a month, you should probably hire help. Well, crap, I should have hired help like 10 years ago. And I could sit and think about, man, what else could I have done if I had handed a few little things off here and there? But I'm not going to. I'm going to instead take a step into fear. I tell you this, it's because it's a scary thing for me. And I know that it's different than 99% of the rest of where everybody's at. But I always promised you that I would be honest and that I would tell you where I'm at and be authentic and open. And it's scary for me because hiring people that will then rely on me paying them is scary. It means my business needs to be strong. It means it needs to be profitable. It means it needs to be growing. And sometimes we need our feet to the fire if we want to go to the next level. Are you just here? Are you standing at the bottom of the staircase? Because I was. I went to this, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I'm going to tell you. I went to this, I went to a launch party, one of my team members. It's been a couple of years ago. And the launch party was at a business, or at a home of another woman who had been in direct sales for over 10 years. But she had left. And she was at the top of her company. And she made the decision to leave. And it, honestly, and I asked her a lot of questions because I was very curious. And I left that party a little shaken up because I couldn't understand why someone would walk away from that. She was profitable at the top level of her company, but she was overwhelmed and lost in the hustle. And I got on a video and talked to other superstar directors and said, I don't want to do this. I don't want us to be here a few years from now. I don't want us to think we have to walk away to find peace. Because it's also the tricky thing about direct sales. There's not an off button. There's no office to walk out of. The momentum gets addicting. You start to be everything for everybody. And that kind of feels good for a while. Until you can't be what you need to be for the people who need you most. So there's a warning there. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. And I'm on the advocate side of let's do it the right way. Let's dream ridiculous, God-sized dreams. Let's work hard. But smart. Let's make money. And then let's let those dreams that we have in our souls change our lives and change the lives of the people around us. I would not sit in front of this computer tonight if I didn't believe that those things are still possible. But you all won't do it. Some of you won't. Some of you will let fear stop you. Some of you will let excuses stop you. Some of you will let very innocent, seemingly innocent lack of consistency stop you. But I don't want it to be you. I want you to live an abundant and full life, one that you've designed through your business, the one that you've made time for, the one that you've invested in, the one where you feel peace and fulfillment. I've got a lot of flack for talking about direct sales as a lifestyle business, because there's a lot of the word hustle out there. And I'm not against hard work, but I am against overwork. And I am against work that doesn't make money. And I think that the big picture here and why direct sales is the thing that it is, and why it changes lives the way it does, and why it could change your life, is because it gives people the ability to dream in a way that very few other things do. But if you're not dreaming and you're not thinking about the future and what you want out of this and why and how you want your family to look in 5 years, 10 years because of this business, why does it matter? And does it? Because you're paying the electric bill? And I know that we're going to start out paying the electric bill, but I don't want you to stop at paying the electric bill. I want you to take your kids to Disney World. I want you to buy the house that you never, ever thought you could have. I want you to have the time and the energy to invest in your kids, in your marriage, in your future kids, and your future marriage. I want you to have the time and the energy and the resources to say, I want to go see the world. And I want you to go see it. I want you to have the time and the energy and the resources to say, we're going to buy a piece of land and put a big, beautiful barn on it and invite people to come and rest and dream and remember who they are. And we're going to feed them and make them laugh and make them feel at home. Sometimes I let it slip away. And I don't want you to let it slip away. I want you to hold on to it. And I know that some of you are like, I'm just dreaming about being at Target by myself. I know. I want you to dream a little bigger. Because this is a thing, and you're part of it, and it is beautiful, but it will only be a big, beautiful thing that you're a part of. You step out of fear into what's on the other side. I think it's different for all of you. I know that it is. And that's what makes it everything. It's not a corner office. It's not a car. It's what you define a success. And that is why direct sales changes lives. It's why it changed mine. It's why it can and will change yours. But it won't happen on accident. It'll happen through consistency. It'll happen through action. And it'll happen through those things alone. So invest in yourself. Invest in your business. Question everything. Find a mentor. Put the right people around you to guide you and build you up and help you be the best version of yourself, because that is what will help you grow into the very best version of a leader and of who you need to be to run this business long term and well. I love you guys. I don't know why I feel I don't even know what the word is. Comfortable enough. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about certain days that make me feel like there's things that I should tell you, but I felt like I should tell you this tonight. And I felt like, no, I feel like you probably need to know that you are and you have everything that you need to do this well. You cannot listen to the lies that say, who do you think you are? You are powerful and strong and beautiful and influential. And you have something to offer this world. And I believe that this journey that you're on is part of that. It's part of the way that you will step into offering it to the world. It's part of the way that you will walk towards the bigger dreams of your life. This is not the dream. Like the top level of the company and making all the money that you think you want to make. That's not the thing. There's something else in your soul and in your heart that you have to tap into and step forward in. And it's probably going to be scary. It's probably going to feel uncomfortable. And I would say that a good indication that you're on the right track is that stupid tiny voice that says, who do you think you are, getting louder and louder and louder. And the louder it gets, the faster you should run right into your purpose, your calling, that dream that you're chasing. Because the voice only gets loud when you start to make a difference for yourself and for the people around you. So if you're hearing the voice, friend, you're on the right track. Gosh, I love you. And I'm so, so thankful that you joined us tonight. And I'm not going to keep you any longer, especially if you're in America. It's an important night, and there's lots of fun things to watch. And my children are still awake enough to put them to bed. Why direct sales? Because all this, the things that you're going to accomplish, the places you're going to see, the way your family and your life can be changed. That's why. That's why. Love you. Have a great night. If this was helpful to you, inspiring to you, share with a friend who might need it. You are everything. You are greatness. Who do you think you are? I think you're a child of God, called to do big, beautiful things in this world. Big, beautiful things that only you can do. Love you. Talk to y'all next week. Bye.
And it takes 3 minutes to get all of the way.
It sure does. Bye, Instagram. I know how to turn it off.
There we go. You did it, Mommy.
Is Lulu sleeping?
Yes.
My